Vince, I don't get you. I don't get you. We talk about making stars. We preach about it. We model ourselves after it. We talk about building for the future. You preach to the world that you're all about staying with the times. And damn it all, I keep giving this company chances, and I keep giving them chances after chance after chance after chance. And every time it blows back up in my face, and after a while, it just comes to a point where you hit your limit. When it comes to Money in the Bank 2019, I will say a good 80% of the show was good. I personally felt AJ Styles and Seth Rollins had match of the night. I'm going to go ahead and say it's a classic. Definitely a match of the year candidate so far. Should have closed the show. Should have closed the show. Didn't close the show, but it should have closed the show. I thought Kevin Owens and Kofi Kingston had a great match. I thought the women's Money in the Bank match, although a little sloppy, overall was a good match. And Bayley had a moment tonight. Long overdue. And I'm pretty sure it was done to keep her happy and stop her from pulling a Sasha Banks and walking down the company. But for a good 80% of the show, I was satisfied. I'm thinking to myself, why is it that the pay-per-views are kicking ass, but the regular weekly shows are not living up? And by the end of it, just to kind of get into the show a little bit, the last match was the men's Money in the Bank. Earlier on, Sami Zayn, who was in the match, got attacked. Story goes, Sami Zayn was running away in fear of Braun Strowman, who he took his spot from this past Monday on Raw. He goes to find Triple H backstage, and he asked Triple H for, extra precautions to be sure that Braun Strowman doesn't interfere. Triple H assures him Braun Strowman has been banned, and then we cut backstage, we were backstage, to another part of the backstage, and we see Braun Strowman just walking around. No security, just looking for Sami Zayn, and he was banned. Oh Lord.
WTF WWE, tonight should have been Bray or someone else's night. If they want to put the belt back on Brock, fine. But why give him the Money in the Bank when he doesn't need it?
So, story goes, Sami Zayn gets attacked. He's hanging upside down backstage. And in my mind, I go, so either that was, Braun Strowman or someone else. Strowman gets confronted by Triple H, and Triple H asks him why did he attack Sami, and Strowman feigned ignorance. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And so instantly my mind went, oh my god, did Bray Wyatt attack him? Did the new monster Bray Wyatt attack him? And I'm thinking in my head, that would be so awesome if he ran out and replaced Sami Zayn and won the briefcase. That would have been great. We get to the final match, and oh boy. Nope. It ain't Bray Wyatt, as it should have been, because, that would be awesome. That would have made sense, and that would have created a new star. No, it was Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar. WWE actually gave something that was used, that should have been used to make new stars, to a guy that doesn't freaking need it. They gave it to Brock Lesnar. In all honesty, I'm not usually someone that lets a bad ending dictate the overall quality of a match. In this case, I'll make an exception. What the hell was that? Who in their right mind... I know who did it. It was Vince McMahon. It was Vince.
I legit thought Sami set that up himself backstage and would then show up later and end up winning.
You know what? That would have made a lot of sense too. Just kind of fooled everybody. You know, made it feel like Strowman attacked him, but he really didn't, so Strowman would leave and then showed up later on to win the briefcase. I would have liked that as well. But no, that also makes sense. No, we have to go with Brock Lesnar. Because apparently, based off of what I'm reading, they want to do Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins at that Super Showdown show in Saudi Arabia. Because you know you got to get that sweet Saudi money. That dirty blood Saudi money. Bending over backwards to give the prince whatever he wants. I swear, man. We were doing so good, too. We were doing so good tonight. I'm thinking to myself, you know what? I don't like WWE as much anymore, but at least this show is good. And then right there at the end, I'm reminded, this is exactly why I cannot wait till AEW shows up. I cannot believe, what am I talking about? Yes, I can believe. I shouldn't be angry. I shouldn't be shocked. I shouldn't be surprised that Vincent Kennedy McMahon is giving the Money in the Bank briefcase, something that should have been used to establish a new star, to a man that's already technically, well, he should be at this point, a star. What are we establishing? You couldn't have just made Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins at the Saudi Arabia show just because? You didn't need to give this briefcase to Brock Lesnar. You robbed the briefcase from basically the rest of your roster for this man. I thought we were done with this. I thought we were done with giving everything to part-timers. And so, here's my biggest fear. Because everybody's assuming Brock Lesnar is going to cash in the briefcase on Seth Rollins and then get his match at Saudi Arabia. That's not even my biggest fear. Here's what my biggest fear is. He's going to cash in on Kofi Kingston and win that WWE Championship when they move to SmackDown. That is my biggest fear, and that is cancel network worthy. Okay? You gave him the briefcase. I'm already mad. But you know what? If they just have him go out to Seth Rollins and lose, okay, get it out the way. Unfortunately, I don't see that happening. He's either taking the belt off of Kofi Kingston or taking it off of Seth Rollins. Because ratings are low. Right, because, ratings are low, so we're putting the we're putting the championship back on Brock Lesnar. Because that will increase ratings. Yeah, a part-timer that's not even here every single week. And I know Brock Lesnar retired from UFC.
So in other words, they are throwing away the MITB briefcase for a glorified house show?
Yeah. Yes! It's so frustrating. I don't even want to dwell on this anymore. I just honestly want to put it behind us. I am praying that it's just for this glorified house show. We're just doing this to make the prince happy, but long term, $5. All right. Look, excuse me. Thank you for the $5 super chat, Man Cub Studios 34. But this is one of the many reasons why I can't wait for AEW this weekend. This is one of the many reasons why I am gonna donate every ounce of money that I can to that other company, to the other promotions that will compete with WWE, so this stuff will stop happening. Vince is out of his mind. Vince, you're senile, man. Nobody wanted this. No one wanted Brock Lesnar to win the briefcase. Well, it was shocking. Yeah, it was shocking because no one thought it was a good idea. Lesnar doesn't need the briefcase. Aren't we done with Lesnar? Aren't you tired of Lesnar? Can we please be done with Lesnar? Thank you, Lesnar, for everything that you have done. Thank you. More than likely, we'll go into the Hall of Fame one day. But really, you don't need to win the championship again. And you didn't need to win that briefcase. I hated that ending. I'm not even going to dignify that match with a grade. I can't. As I am right now, I can't even look at it as a match. I am so pissed off by the decision that was made that it's a waste. It's a waste. It's all a waste. Either Brock Lesnar's going to cash it in for that glorified house show and lose to Seth Rollins, or he'll take the belt off of Seth Rollins, which would completely erase Rollins' victory at WrestleMania and take us right back to where we started with a part-timer being a Universal Champion. Or even worse, he's going to move to SmackDown and get the belt off of Kofi Kingston, and then we'll have a part-time WWE Champion. What is wrong with you, Vince? God, I can't wait till AEW gets here, or at least until Triple H takes over. Let's just talk about the good stuff. Let's just talk about the rest of the show. I'm so done with Vince. I am. I'm tired of blaming creative writers because at the end of the day, this is Vince's decision. Vince made this call. And it was a dumb call. Because it wasn't a call for the fans. It was a call for a guy.
It would be shocking if I took a dump in the ring, but that wouldn't make it good.
But anyways, yeah, essentially Spinosaurus. It's just, long term, this is a lose-lose situation. No one benefits from this. This doesn't establish the credibility of the Money in the Bank contract. Especially if Brock Lesnar loses. He didn't need it. He doesn't need it to begin with. It doesn't put over any superstars.
What do you think the new title is going to be?
We'll talk about that in the second Daily Alliance. But it doesn't do anything. Except give us a match that we didn't want to see. I didn't want to see Seth Rollins and Lesnar again. And I sure as hell don't want to see Kofi Kingston job to Brock Lesnar. So, if he cashes in, he better lose. Yeah, it hurts the Money in the Bank contract. It does make the briefcase look weaker. But unfortunately, that's where we are. Anyways, let's get to this review. This is your boy Alyx, man. You know who it is. Like the video, subscribe. If this is the first time you're watching me and you want to help expand the brand of your boy Alyx, man, do me a favor. Do yourself a favor. Like the video, subscribe, like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter at AlyxManBX1. Donate using PayPal, Patreon, or Super Chat. But most importantly, you can buy yourself a Alyx Man t-shirt today at Pro Wrestling Tees. On the kickoff, of all matches to have on the kickoff, I'm already just teed up. I'm already teed off, excuse me. Based off of what happened with Brock Lesnar. But now, we look at the pre-show. We have the Usos, who are a Raw tag team, taking on the SmackDown tag team champs, Daniel Bryan and Rowan. And the Usos beat Daniel Bryan and Rowan. First off, let's just take a second to break this down. Daniel Bryan, former WWE champion Daniel Bryan, main evented a couple pay-per-views, Elimination Chamber, WWE Champion.
I like Brock, but seriously, he doesn't need to be champ again. He should just wrestle big matches, but not for the title.
Basically, man, I agree. Anyways, WWE Champion Daniel Bryan, and then Usos, who literally are the best tag team in WWE, if not the world. And WWE decided to book them on the pre-show, not the main card. You know what was on the main card? The Cruiserweight Championship. Arya Daivari versus freaking Tony Nese. Literally the worst match on the show. The worst match on the show. Boring as hell. If that's where 205 Live is nowadays, I'm kind of glad I'm not watching it. I admit, I stopped watching 205 Live after Buddy Murphy, Mustafa Ali, and Cedric moved off the show. And Hideo Itami left the company. I don't really care about the show anymore. And seeing that match, yeah, that didn't help. It didn't help really make me want to watch again. Just saying. Make Jack Gallagher the champion or something. But yeah, that was on the main card. But this was on the pre-show. And to make matters worse, the tag team champs lost. Usos, who are a Raw tag team, beat the SmackDown tag team champs. How does this establish credibility at all? How does this make them... How does this make Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan look strong? How? Explain that to me. And apparently, this means the Usos are getting a title shot at the SmackDown tag team titles, but they're on Raw. Okay. Someone asked me in a super chat, what do I think the new title design is going to be? So those of you who don't know what he's talking about, it was announced on this show that tomorrow night, Mick Foley will make an appearance on Monday Night Raw to debut a new WWE Championship. Yeah, because it's not like we need any more championships. They can't even book half the championships they have on the main roster right. And we're getting a new one? He asked me what it will be. I don't know. I hear people saying it's going to be the Hardcore Championship. I hope not. I don't think this company can handle a 24/7 Hardcore Championship. I actually said, and you know what? I was joking when I said it, but it might actually happen. I said on Twitter, maybe it would be something like the Wild Card Championship. The Wild Card Championship. In other words, a championship defended across two brands. I was joking when I said that, but saying it out loud, that's the kind of stupid crap that Vince McMahon would come up with. Lord help me. Lord help us all. Help us all. Anyways. Let's get to the main card. I don't have anything else to really talk about when it comes to this stupidness. I don't know what they're gonna come up with when it comes to that new championship. I don't have high hopes. They're not booking their championships right as it is. Look at what they've done with the SmackDown Tag Team Champs on the pre-show, and now we're gonna trust them to book another championship right. The women's tag team titles didn't even have a match tonight. I'm just saying. I don't trust him to book anything correctly. The first match on the actual card was the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. The participants were Ember Moon, Alexa Bliss. Nope. It was Alexa Bliss. Apparently she got taken out due to concussion issues, and she was replaced with Nikki Cross. So Ember Moon, Nikki Cross, Dana Brooke, Naomi, Carmella.
6-man tag titles since they love 3 versus 3 matches.
You funny. How about we don't do that? 813 South. Give me another reason to go on my Raw cleanse. But Ember Moon, Nikki Cross, Dana Brooke, Naomi, Carmella, Mandy Rose, Natalya, and Bayley. And I thought this match overall was a really good match. I thought Naomi was one of the highlights. She had a lot of crazy spots. Love the stuff she did with the ladders, doing her own little Kofi Kingston-esque moves, doing the splits to avoid ladders. Nikki Cross looked great in the match, in my personal opinion. Like Nikki Cross in there. Ember Moon doing a freaking eclipse from outside the ring off a ladder inside and killing Natalya with it. That was great. Daniel Brooke Daniel Brooke looked pretty good in there too, surprisingly. I'm like, oh my god, Daniel looks actually pretty good. I want to talk about this. There was an incident during the match where Carmella, I think Mandy Rose, it was Mandy Rose, she kicked the ladder into Carmella's leg. And it looked like she hurt her. For real. I don't know if it was an injury angle or not. I think she actually got hurt. But she kicked the ladder into her leg, and then Mandy tried to go for a spot, and Carmella was like, get off. Get off. Just pushed her off. Pushed her off. And Mandy's like, what? And you can just tell, like, you look at Mandy's face, she's like, what? What's going on? What? And then she falls out of the ring, and officials take her to the back. And that's one of those things where you go, okay, was that supposed to happen, or was that part of the match? But Carmella does eventually come back out, her leg wrapped up, and she just continues like it was part of the match all along. So I don't know what it was about. So we'll see.
Can you give us your impression of Vince and Dunn coming up with the idea to make Brock win MITB? I think it will make us all feel a little better.
Nah, I'm not gonna do that, man. I'm not. I don't even wanna. I don't wanna think about Vince and Kevin Dunn right now. I'm just done. I'm so sick and tired of their BS, bro. I really am. Okay. Apparently, we'll get into other stuff when it comes to that Brock Lesnar stuff, because apparently there's more news coming out about that. But getting back to the match, so Carmella gets back inside the ring, and then before she can climb the ladder, Sonya Deville gets involved. Mandy's friend spears her, and she tries to help Mandy Rose win the briefcase, kind of like what James Ellsworth, that's his name, did for Carmella 2 years ago. And before they can grab the briefcase, Bayley climbs on the other side, knocks them both off, and she wins the briefcase, which was a really good moment. And I think we all know why Bayley won that briefcase. Because Vince McMahon is trying to stop her from leaving or walking out like Sasha Banks did. Let's call it like it is. This is their way of telling Bayley, please don't leave us. Please don't leave us. We will give you a push. We'll make you look strong. We'll make you happy. Just don't leave us. Please, don't leave us! But that was a good moment for Bayley. I kind of feel like it was one of those things where their hands were forced. I'm pretty sure if Sasha never walked out, they would not have done that. Because I'm sure Sasha would have won it.
I've entered my weak lens. I'm done putting my time into a company that hates the people that tune in.
Seriously, but yeah, Bayley winning was nice. I enjoyed the Money in the Bank match when it comes to the women. It was a good moment for Bayley. I'm happy she got her time to shine, and that's not the only time we'll see her. So Bayley in the Bank, or Money in the Bank. Next up is the United States Championship. Samoa Joe, the champ, taking on Rey Mysterio. So I'm thinking to myself, okay, the match at WrestleMania was unfortunate because Rey got hurt, so they couldn't have a full-fledged match. All right, we're going to get it here. Here at Money in the Bank, this is the WrestleMania match we're supposed to get. The bell rings. Rey Mysterio rolls up. Let me try that again. Rey Mysterio rolls up Samoa Joe and pins him. He is the new United States champion. Just like that. Another short match. Only this time, Joe lost. Because I don't know. I don't know who booked this. But yeah, Samoa Joe, by the way, he was bleeding profusely. Like, I don't know what happened. during that whole sequence, but he was gushing blood. Looked great. Looked great with blood in his face, but yeah, it was bad. It was running. It was going. It was crimson red. But yeah, Rey Mysterio is now the new United States champion, and after he won it, Samoa Joe attacks him, assaults him badly, so bad that his son Dominic is forced to watch on the outside, and Joe taunts him like, "Do something about it." He's like, "No, I'm good. He got it. Ray got it. He can handle it." He beats the living hell out of Ray. Uranagi slams, chokes him out, and all that. And then he, exits the ring and then left his son in there. "Daddy, Papa, are you okay, Papa? Papi, you okay?" Oh, can't say that. "I'm your papi." Sorry. But, yeah, I don't know what to say about this anymore. I'm assuming eventually they will have a legit match. Maybe. Hopefully. Perhaps at SummerSlam. But okay. I don't know when's the next pay-per-view. I don't even care right now. Brock Lesnar won the freaking briefcase. I'm so done. So, dud. I didn't give it a rating because it wasn't really a match. Steel cage match. The Miz versus Shane McMahon. Anyone else getting sick of seeing The Miz use the yes kicks or the it kicks, whatever he calls it? When he used it as a heel, it made sense. It got heat. Now it's like, okay, you're just ripping off Daniel Bryan and now you're supposed to be a good guy? Don't do that. No. I don't think he should use those anymore. He needs to get rid of those it kicks. But, Shane falling off the top of the cage was pretty sick. I thought that was nice. The ending was clever too. I liked seeing Shane win by taking off his shirt. He slipped through grips. He slipped through the Miz's grips. Miz technically should have beaten him at WrestleMania, and he should have beaten him here. But Shane keeps slipping by with the victory. And he's going to keep calling himself the best in the world. And if that's the booking we're giving him, I'm okay with that. I hope they do get one more match down the line where Miz gets his ultimate vindication. And perhaps maybe Shane will be champion and Miz will beat him for the championship. WWE championship, by the way. Well, probably not because Brock Lesnar might be coming to SmackDown. Dear God help us. But yeah, I would love to see them do one more match down the line, but for the championship and Miz beats him. Wouldn't that be good? I would love that. Cruiserweight Championship. Tony Nese, the champ, taking on Arya Daivari. Match was boring. Sucked. Almost put me to sleep. And it's a Cruiserweight match. Oh my goodness. This is a far cry. A far cry from the days of Cedric Alexander versus Buddy Murphy, or Buddy Murphy versus Mustafa Ali, or Mustafa Ali versus Hideo Itami. What happened to Drew Gulak and Jack Gallagher and all those other freaking awesome talents? We got Arya Daivari versus freaking Tony Nese. Get the hell out of here. That was a legit yawn, by the way. So, Tony Nese retains. I don't care. Oh, here we go. We get back-to-back women's championship matches. First off, it's the Raw Women's Championship. Becky Lynch taking on Lacey Evans. Contrary to popular belief, I like Lacey Evans. Yes, I am someone that mocks WWE's booking and, likes to pretend they're into one type of woman, which most of them pretty are, and I'm pretty sure Vince is. Blonde-haired, blue-eyed, apple pie. America! And so I'm thinking, all right, well, maybe Lacey will win it here, and then Charlotte will retain. No. Lacey lost. She tapped out to Becky clean. I'm cool with it. Personally, it is a little too soon for Lacey to go after a championship anyways. I personally would like to see Lacey, get that championship a little bit later on, And look, it's not that she can't be a good champion. I think Lacey overall is a good worker. I like her microphone skills. I think she plays her character pretty well. The Southern Belle with the Southern accent. And she looks great. She's not bad inside the ring. She's not great, but she's not bad. I think she's a fine worker. She does her job properly. But I agree it's a little too soon for her to win. So, during the match, Becky got her leg attacked, and she had a bum leg. And so as soon as I saw Becky limping on that leg, I said, uh-oh, here comes Charlotte. And right on cue, here comes Charlotte. And then the next match starts. The next SmackDown Women's Championship match. And thanks to a little assist from Lacey Evans in her women's right, Charlotte ends up beating Becky Lynch and becoming a 9-time women's champ. The match was good. As always, Becky and Charlotte always deliver in terms of their match quality. I thought this was just as good as their past matches. Not as good as their last woman standing match, but still pretty good. Still pretty good. Now, as you guys know, whenever we have a title defense at Money in the Bank, you always gotta be keeping your head on the swivel because anyone can cash in, right? Well, after the match, Becky Lynch attacks Lacey Evans. And then we see Charlotte and Lacey Evans attack Becky Lynch. Because blonde hair, blue-eyed, and apple pie. America! And then here comes Becky, Becky's best friend, Bayley. Bayley runs out with the briefcase, helps her out, attacks Lacey Evans, and then lays out Charlotte. And then she looks at the briefcase. And then she looks at the crowd. The crowd goes, cash it in, cash it in, cash it in, cash it in, bitch! Well, sorry. They didn't say all that. But, sorry. Bayley's like, oh, cool, sure, I guess I'll cash it in. Cashes it in, hits the Macho Man Randy Savage. Oh, yeah, elbow drop. And beats Charlotte to become SmackDown Women's Champion. Awesome! For real, I'm not sarcastic when I say that. That's awesome. I'm happy Bayley won the championship. About time. Ever since that horrible run in 2017, she never got a second chance. 2 years later, they decided, okay, sure, we'll give her another shot. Yeah. By the way, this should be said. Bayley has made history. For real. She is the only female wrestler in WWE to hold Raw Women's Championship, SmackDown Women's Championship, NXT title, and Women's title. The only one so far. And I think that's a big, big deal. So I'm happy for Bayley. I'm happy for her. She had a great celebration from the crowd. The crowd loved it. I feel like for the longest time, fans were always behind Bayley. I've never stopped being a fan of Bayley. I just lost faith in WWE to book her right. And I think now, because we're in a situation where wrestlers want to leave and are tired of WWE's crap, they're doing better with certain talent like Bayley because they don't want them to leave. Because Bayley, I'm pretty sure, wants to get out of there like Sasha. But they're like, look, if we give you the championship, can you at least consider staying? And, that's why they're doing it. Now, I don't know what's going to happen going from here. I'm assuming we're getting a rematch between Bayley and Charlotte at the next pay-per-view. And Charlotte's probably going to beat Bayley and become a 10-time women's champion. They really want her to break Ric Flair's record. Like, she's about to be a 10-time women's champion. Good Lord. But I will say this. I thought that was good. I thought what they did with Bayley here was well done. Crowd loved it. Was a cool moment. I'm just happy that Bayley is back in the spotlight. Because Bayley is one of my favorites. Roman Reigns versus Elias. Roman Reigns gets attacked backstage by Elias using a guitar, his acoustics guitar. And then he plays an electric guitar inside the ring, doing his whole Walk with Elias concert. Goes to leave. Here comes Roman Reigns. Bam! Superman punch. Throws him in the ring. Spears him 1, 2, 3. It's over in 5 seconds. Dud. Then Lars Sullivan goes out and attacks the Lucha House Party. I'll say that again. Lars Sullivan goes out and attacks the Lucha House Party.
I think WWE made the right decision with the women. Becky needed to lose one of the belts and Lacey isn't ready to win the belt.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I feel like Becky was given way too much. She wasn't all that motivated. So it was good that we gave her one belt to work with. And we'll see how she does on Raw. I don't think she has much to work with. The Raw women's roster kind of sucks, but this wild card rule doesn't, it kind of allows for some competition, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I agree with you. I personally think they they did things right when it comes to the women. But Elias basically lost to Roman Reigns in like 5 seconds, so no one cares. Like I said, Lars Sullivan attacked the Lucha House Party in a random segment. It was supposed to be a 6-man tag match. I don't know who they were supposed to face. It was just kind of there. But Lars came out and attacked them. So, match of the night. Let's talk about it. Universal Championship. Seth Rollins versus AJ Styles. Now, this was the match I was looking forward to the most when the show was announced. I said to myself, there is nothing that's going to top this match. I was a little worried because I said the same thing about AJ Styles and Nakamura, and then that match was just, it was good, but it didn't come anywhere near the expectations that I had for it. And then Samoa Joe versus AJ Styles was the exact same way. It didn't come anywhere near the expectations. This, however, Seth Rollins and AJ Styles, it surpassed my expectations. It was WrestleMania. It was a WrestleMania quality match. It was everything you could ask for.
The main event ending is honestly a disgrace.
And everybody is still pulling the ending. I agree. But getting to the positive stuff, this was everything you could ask for. AJ Styles and Seth Rollins have amazing chemistry. Nothing about that match was bad. Every single second was amazing. Every single move, every single counter. Speaking of counters, that counter to the curb stomp, when AJ Styles caught Seth Rollins and turned it into a Styles Clash, I lost it. That was amazing. The high-flying, the fast pace, there wasn't a single boring moment in this match. It was a classic. If Seth Rollins in his prime was to have fought AJ Styles in his prime, this is the kind of match that I would expect for them to have. Now, were they able to do the things that they would have done in their prime? Not really. They can't do it at this age, and it's in WWE, so probably not. But still, like, for me, as it goes, at the age that they're both at, I was very pleased with this. And I will call for this to be a match of the year candidate by the end of the year. This was phenomenal. No pun intended. It was amazing. And Seth Rollins retained. I didn't want for it to be over. That was the worst part of the match when it ended. I didn't want for it to be over. Man, it really disappoints me because Seth Rollins is going from this classic of a match to fighting Brock Lesnar again. It's like we take 2 steps forward. It's like with WWE, we take 2 steps forward and then take 10 steps freaking back. We're not going anywhere. But whatever. I love the match. Easily match of the year. So far. A match of the year candidate. Excuse me. It's the match of the year candidate for WWE. I was very pleased. Very, very pleased. Everybody's saying it wasn't a classic. Listen, everyone telling me that it wasn't a classic, understand this. This is my rating system. Okay? This is not yours. It's mine. If you don't think it's a classic, that's you. I'm not telling you what to think. I am giving it a classic. It's a match that I believe is going to live on as one of the best matches in 2019. Simple as that. If you don't think that, you're free to think something else. But that's what pisses me up about certain fans who come on here, and I'm saying everybody does this, and I love you guys, but certain fans will come up here, the X-Man, you can't give the match that great. Who are you to tell me who are you to tell me I can't grade a match? You don't control me. You don't know what I like. You don't understand my preference. That's not my fault that you look at my grades as gospel. That's you. It's not a classic, homie. Yes, it is. It is a classic. That's 2 of the best wrestlers today going out there and giving you a hell of a performance. AJ Styles being at the age that he is to have that kind of a match is incredible. That's one of AJ Styles' best matches since coming to WWE. Tell me otherwise. Tell me otherwise. Thank you. So if you don't like the fact that I gave it a classic, okay, too bad. You can just like the video, unsubscribe, and go watch someone else that thought it sucked. I'm giving it a classic. Just saying. And then watch this guy. Too Cool says that you haven't watched enough wrestling. See, people like that. Let me show you what I'm gonna do. Boom. That's what I'm gonna do to you. Don't tell me I haven't watched enough wrestling, bro. Who the hell are you talking to? I ain't got time for your toxic butt. You can have your opinion, but don't get on anybody else for their opinion. Who are you to tell me I haven't watched enough wrestling? Guys, if you didn't think it was a classic, that's on you. I thought it was a classic. Simple as that. Everybody's saying AJ Styles and Cena was better. Okay, fine. I'm not saying it's the greatest match in the world. There are other classics. I'm not saying it was better than Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels WrestleMania 25. I'm not saying it was better than Austin versus Bret Hart. I'm saying when it comes to where it fits in the annals of wrestling, this will go down as one of the best matches in 2019. It will. Have you seen 2019? Do you understand how bad this year has been so far? In terms of WWE, of course, but Jesus Christ. I thought it was a classic match. You don't have to agree, but that's just how I feel about it. Alright. People are idiots, man. Okay. Seth Rollins retains. Now he's got to go from that to fighting freaking Brock Lesnar. That's so stupid. Kofi Kingston versus Kevin Owens was a great match. I thought the WWE Championship match was definitely a match that people should go out of their way to see. Kofi showed some aggression. Kevin Owens was a great opponent for him. I don't like the fact that he had to turn heel to make this match happen. I personally think he could have actually still done the match as a babyface. But, okay, whatever. Kofi Kingston tore it up, as he always does. I feel like they missed an opportunity. What I mean by that is, Kofi Kingston was wearing his Jamaican pants tonight. I thought he reminded me of old school Kofi Kingston from back in the late 2000s, early 2010s. I wanted him to come out. I wanted him to come out with the SOS theme. That would have been nice. SOS. Ba 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 ba. I don't know the words of the song. I just know SOS. I hear them shouting. I hear them crying. Something like that. I don't even know. But, yeah, it was a great match. Kofi Kingston retains. Who he fights next, it better not be Brock Lesnar. And we already talked about the main event. Brock Lesnar winning the briefcase was dumb. Easily the worst part of the show. Why would you do that? So despite AJ and Seth, in my opinion, having a classic match, overall, 80% of the show was good. So I won't take it out on the whole show. I'll say it was solid. I thought the show overall was fun. It was a fun show. But man, that ending just, that left a bad taste in my mouth. I am so sick of Brock Lesnar, man. I'm so sick of the act. Be done with it. Be done with it. I'm sick of it. I'm tired of Brock, man. Get someone else. Stop relying on the past. Simple as that. Stop relying on the past. It's stupid. Now, what do you guys think will happen when it comes to Brock Lesnar? Do you think he'll cash in on the Universal title or the WWE Championship? Or are you just one of those fans that just canceled their network because you're sick of WWE's crap? This is what I know. Hashtag save us AEW. Save us AEW. Guess what? This weekend, this Saturday, AEW gonna come in and they gonna lay it, smack it down on all of WWE's candy asses. And I can't wait for it. They need to get smacked down. Seriously, they need they behinds smacked down. Because this is stupid. I'm tired of stupid booking like this. I'm tired of old-timers. I gotta call it like it is. All these past old-timer veterans getting all this stuff and making the wrestlers nowadays look crap. You can't even blame the wrestler. I can't even blame the wrestlers anymore. They're not getting opportunities. That should have been Bray Wyatt's chance. Imagine if the show would have ended with Bray Wyatt as Mr. Money in the Bank. Oh, it would have been a great show. Because I'm like, yeah, that's how you establish Bray Wyatt. Now you got this monster walking around as Mr. Money in the Bank. That's scary. But Brock Lesnar? That's lazy. God, that gets on my nerves. It should have been Bray Wyatt. It really should have been. But it doesn't matter, because guess what? AEW's Double or Nothing is next Saturday. So that's what my mindset is. I don't care about this new championship that they're bringing in tomorrow. The Wild Card Championship that could be defended on both shows. A Hardcore Championship. I don't care what it is. I don't care about what they're doing for the Saudi Arabia show. Although I have to admit, Goldberg versus Undertaker does have my interests. And then Finn Balor coming in as a demon to fight Andrade. I'm just like, come on, y'all. That's dirty. That's dirty. But even then, I'm just like, nah. I'll check out Goldberg and Undertaker another time. How about that? But all I care about is AEW right now. That's next Saturday. So that's my review of Money in the Bank. Overall, it was a solid show. There was enough good things to outweigh the bad. Although the bad is really freaking bad. Honestly, if AJ and Rollins didn't have the match quality that they had, this would be a very below average show.
Brock is the new Hogan BC of his political BS.
Don't get me started. Guys, that's my review. Give me your thoughts down below in the comments. What is your favorite moment of the night? Are you happy about the new champs? Mr. Money in the Bank, go crazy about it. Have fun down below. Bayley being champion, Rey Mysterio being champion. Raw's women's title now going to Becky is back on one person. Have fun. Thank you guys for watching. I'm getting out of here because I'm so sick of WWE. This is your Deluxe Man signing off right here in Deluxe World. You guys take it easy. Peace out.